snap, it's Friday. Happy goddamn Friday. It's me, Tookie Kavanaugh. I'm your host. Welcome to the Rehash. It's a talk show. It's informative, it's kooky, it's a whole thing. We're going to help you digest through the week. I am here with my co-host, David. David!
Yeah. Hey.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Are you?
I watched Theodore Rex today, so we'll see how that is. Yeah.
We'll get into that soon enough. Well,
We
welcome
will.
to our viewers. I hope you're all well. If you are here, please and kindly join us in the chat. We'll be chatting with you in the chat.
Hi, chat.
My long fingers are here to type messages to you.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we doing? What's on the docket for this week? Oh my gosh, chat says hi. Hi, Brad.
Hey, chat.
Oh, I think some of our loyal viewers actually watched the bad film of the week.
Yeah, I actually would be really curious because I think we had people who had seen Loquisha, but I don't think anybody watched it out of solidarity.
No.
I mean, why would you?
Why would you do that? Speaking of which, to offset the damage of Loquisha, I highly recommend donating to the United Negro College Fund because a mind is a terrible thing to waste, especially on that movie. So look that up. Send your donations.
Yeah, it's really the least you can do.
Yeah. Check in on the Black actors who were in on that film.
I wonder that. Like the woman who played Loquisha, I thought was a pretty good actress, or the face of.
Right.
And I hope she's happy wherever she is.
I hope so.
Yeah.
So should we get into story time?
We should. Yes,
okay.
We should.
So for our viewers who don't know, David and I have known each other forever. We're both stand-up comics, and we've toured from time to time. We know each other pretty well, but there are some stories in our lives that we don't quite know.
Yeah.
So I think it's my turn this week.
It is your turn.
Yeah,
I'm eager.
This one's gonna be short and sweet. It's not like a super exciting, climactic story or anything.
Sure.
For a long time, I worked at this really terrible job in Quincy, Massachusetts. It was a time. It was a nonprofit. Everyone there drove me nuts. The commute really drove me nuts because it was 90 minutes each way. Because my parents' house is by Alewife Station, if you're familiar with public transit in Boston. And I used to ride from Alewife to Quincy Center all the way down the Red Line.
And that's the entire thing. That's the
whole
stretch.
Yeah, it's almost the entire Red Line.
Right.
And then take another bus to the office that ran like on the hour. So it was 90 minutes each way for my commute. And I was at that job for like 2.5 years or so, like a good while, like a good job. And there was a point near the end of my tenure there. That ride sucks. Near the end of my tenure there, I started to lose it a little bit. Oh, yes. Guaranteed a seat. Of course. That's why I got on at Alewife instead of Davis, if you're familiar with the T, because Davis, before in pre-pandemic days, during rush hour, was not.
I remember getting on the T at Davis in the morning and just being like, with how crowded that it was, I was like, man, I shouldn't be here, should I? I don't know.
Yeah, Davis Square during rush hour is purgatory, basically. So, okay. Near the end of my tenure at that job, like I said, I'm a sensitive girl. I'm a sensitive person. Okay. I'm a sensitive person. And I started to like lose it a little bit. Right. And so this job that I had was just barely on the outskirts of Quincy Center. There were, restaurants and stuff around. We were maybe like a 2-minute walk from the nearest Dunkin', which was founded in Quincy, but like not shout out to them.
Right.
Shout out to homegirl that voted at Fenway with her donkeys, though.
Yep.
So there were, there were little establishments around. And we were about, I would say, a 15-ish minute walk from the nearest McDonald's.
2 minutes from Dunkin', 15 from McDonald's.
Walking, yes.
Right.
And there was a point where I was this close to rock bottom at the job. And on my lunch break, I was like, you know what? I'm walking. So I walked to McDonald's. I walked to the McDonald's, and Quincy is just like a bunch of highways.
Right.
So I walked an almost unnavigable route to McDonald's, walk in the McDonald's, and I kind of snatched. And for most people who know me, they know I'm not from here. And French was actually my first language. And so I just bust in, and in like a frazzle state, go up to the counter and just start speaking French to these people. Like I'm just like
at a Quincy McDonald's.
Yes. And I'm just like not speaking French to these, I'm not speaking English to these people. And the poor guy, I don't know. We'll call him Tegan.
Tegan, okay.
Poor Tegan.
Yeah.
Was so confused. Was so confused. Like, what is going on? Like, why? What is patat? What is suye? Like, what is happening? So
yeah.
It's the manager, and I'm just speaking to the manager, and I'm just having like a whole brain dump and just blurting out everything, all my emotions, because I've kind of snapped at that point.
All in French.
Burke Wellington knows Tegan. And so the manager is like, you know what? Are you okay, ma'am? And I'm like, je ne parle pas l'anglais, la 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 la, like, just not trying to reason with him. And he's like, all right, you know what? So he gives me a large fry and tells me to get the fuck out.
That's the kindest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. So he gives me fries and is like, you need to leave. Here's fries. Have a nice day. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Right. And so I end up walking back to the office. And the next day, my supervisor told my boss what had happened. And so the next day, he actually took me back.
To that same.
He drove. I'm in his passenger seat, and he takes me through to the drive-thru at McDonald's and tells me, speak French to these people so I can get some fries.
What?
It didn't work. It didn't work. But yeah, I'm sensitive, okay? And
Some French family in that Quincy area has just been eating for free at that McDonald's for years.
No, but that was a very low point in my life. So.
That sounds like it. I have a really quick horrible job thing.
Yeah, tell me.
I worked in a drug lab, a lab where they tested pharmaceuticals, and it was in a basement just north of DC. And I quit on my third day, and I didn't even really have to say anything. I remember I was sitting there next to. We had like 2 hours of doing nothing, and I was like, wow, this crossword puzzle is really hard. And my coworker was like, that's why I do word searches. And right then in my head, the thought popped up, I need to quit this job. And I walked into the office and I said, I want to quit. And they were like, okay, just write in this piece of paper your name and that you quit. And that's what I did. And I left. And then I never went back.
Is that how that works? I've always had to put in like a freaking 2-week notice, type up what? That's not.
I don't think I did that. I do not remember having any follow-up thing to this lab at all. David,
the privilege leaked out.
It really did. He's white. Just let him go. Yeah. I don't know. That I didn't speak any French. I don't have any multi-talented story here. It's just I coasted on my privilege out of that job.
Jesus.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad you're okay now.
Yeah. I might still be an employee there, but who knows?
Okay, cool. They haven't paid you in like what, 6 years?
Yeah, like it would be 9 years. It was right after college. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's get into our the BFOTW, the bad film of the week. You ready?
Oh yeah, the BFOTW. Oh boy. All right.
I think our viewers are eager.
Do we? How do we want to? Do you want to explain this?
Okay. We should watch the trailer one more time.
You want to watch the trailer first? Okay.
We should watch the trailer one more time. Just to give everybody a taste.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's PG. That's an issue.
Yeah.
The future's toughest cop is Katie Coltrane.
I'm back.
And now she's getting a new partner.
Dun, 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 dun.
His name is Teddy.
Hit me. It's a dinosaur.
You two solve this case together.
What? It's a dinosaur.
New partner, Coltrane?
He's got the style.
I'm here for a new look.
Step right up.
Push the button.
He's a cop.
Mahalo!
You gotta make him look like a real cop.
I'm too sexy for my clothes.
That thing at the table just clacked at me.
He's got horns for you. It's very normal.
He's got the charm.
Hey!
Your mind's shut down and your glands have taken over.
And he's got the appetite
You cannot eat our only suspect.
to come out
Yes.
on top.
Both!
I'm amazing.
New Line Cinema presents
Hey, you think you're gonna get somebody?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Can you just slide your butt? Yeah, that's great.
Like that?
And introducing
Ooh, doggy!
Teddy.
Sweets. One per customer.
Theodore Rex.
Pig.
It's a tale you'll never forget.
I love when he does that.
Yeah, that's a real film. Oh, Rachel has a fun fact for us that New Line Cinema made Lord of the Rings. That is true. That is true. A lot of fun facts about this film. I think I mentioned one last week.
Yeah.
That, the police commissioner in this film is portrayed by Richard Roundtree, Shaft.
That. Oh my God! Right, you did say that.
Yeah. What the was he doing?
what was anyone in this movie doing? The whole. You know it's bad when the guy who played Teddy was like, "Yeah, in the trailer, don't say my name, and just say Teddy."
Yeah. So a lot going on with this movie, right? A little bit of backstory was that Whoopi Goldberg had signed onto it. She was offered the role because
Right.
the movie studio. Oh, and these are by the same people. Hold on, these white people making noise outside.
Oh, but they're not partying, at least.
They're not partying. All right. So anyway, I'm always on high alert for these white people making noise.
No, that's good.
So this is the same. This is from like the same cabal of producers that made the Super Mario Brothers movie,
Right.
which is also a gritty dystopian portrayal of an otherwise cheery video game. Oh, and fun fact, the producers of the Super Mario Brothers movie just a few years prior produced a film about the Cambodian genocide, which really informed the tone of Super Mario Brothers, right? And that's not a slight to like what happened in Cambodia. It's just like, I don't know if y'all should be making a movie about video games.
Right. That sounds like a more lighthearted romp than the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah. Like, so that already tells you something. So the same cabal of producers, went and decided to make this film. They needed someone who could play like a futuristic cop, and they had a white guy in mind, but they're like, no, we need a name. What's an A-? No disrespect to Whoopi, but like, what's an A- level celebrity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so they approached Whoopi with this. And of course, she's looking at this from a business perspective. Like, I can leverage the money that they're offering me to make other studios pay me a little bit more, give me producer credit, right?
Right.
So they offered her $5 million
and that's not, is that comparably, is that bad?
No, for what year was this? Like 95, 96, somewhere around that era. That's not bad.
96.
96. For a lead actress, especially a Black woman,
Right, yeah.
So that's secure the bag, right?
Right.
So Whoopi was trying to take that, she's like, I agree. I agree.
Uh-huh.
And she tried to take that to other studios, like, hey, look at how much they're paying for me because I'm a name. I'm Whoopi Goldberg, which
Right.
she's Whoopi Goldberg, right?
Right.
So in doing so, she tried to back out of doing that movie deal, but apparently they got her. This is all alleged. In case anybody digs this up and tries to send it to Whoopi. Hi, Whoopi, love you, big fan.
If you're watching.
And I'm pro you securing the bag. So allegedly, like the producer had her recorded saying that she agreed to the film, took her to court, presented such tape, and was like, no, you have, the court was like, no, you have to do this film because they sued her, which is, I mean,
yeah.
So out of that, she managed to actually get an additional $2 million. So she got $7 million
to do this.
Yes. But here's the thing. The movie, of course, is what it is. And the studio was like, nah, this is direct to video, which is the most at its time, the most expensive direct to video film release because it was $30 million to make.
I think that's still true.
Yeah. And when you watch the film, you can tell like she's getting paid, but she's doing this movie under duress.
Oh, absolutely. There are so many times where I feel like you can just see her heart sink.
Yes.
Like she has to flirt with a dinosaur with the row of teeth, and she's just like, I was in Ghost. Like,
Whoopi was definitely a shell of herself, which also, speaking of, they never necessarily made it clear like what she is, right? Because they're like, she's a cop in the future, but then at the most climactic fight scene, we find out she's some sort of android or like her suit is connected to the internet.
Yeah, like she's like she has a biochip, which in like 90s movies is just a placeholder for it's sci-fi movie now.
Yeah.
Like there's a biochip. And yeah, the weird thing with the internet, I cannot. Us watching the trailer just now gave me more light on the plot than watching the entire movie earlier today.
The plot in the opening sequence.
Well, yeah, but like it's because there's a plot and then so much other shit happens.
Yeah.
That isn't plot. It's just shit happening.
I mean, she goes to a dinosaur nightclub and they show a dino doing a bump of dino coke. I don't know.
PG.
PG.
That was so confusing for me. I've talked at length about how that scene in The Mask when Cameron Diaz is doing the dance thing, that was like me as a child being like, this is what sexual attraction is. And then the Dino nightclub thing happened. If I watched that right after I saw The Mask when I was like 8 years old, I don't know what the hell I would be doing now.
Okay, but there's also a sexy dinosaur damsel in distress.
Exactly.
And they bring up being speciesist as an issue. David,
right.
You're not speciesist, are you?
No.
And they call people like the soft skins and the hard skins.
Yeah, oh God. Especially at the end when they bring it up and it's like, we should all live in harmony. It's like, was this whole thing like a race commentary? What?
Listen, it was what Bright was trying to be. No disrespect to Will Smith, but all disrespect to Bright.
It's what Bright was trying to be Theodore Rex, and I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
The biggest difference, so Homie Spumoni and Loquisha, Theodore Rex was better than Homie Spumoni and Loquisha in that afterwards I was not enraged, I was sad.
Yeah. Well, no, great comment from Brett right here.
You can't judge a dino by his scales is the hardest I laughed at anything this entire month. Somebody check on Brett.
I'll message Brett later. I think he's okay.
Just saying, Homie Spumoni. And also in that club, was there an extremely racist like Jamaican dinosaur? Like,
listen.
Like there was totally he had dreads and like a Hawaiian shirt, and like it must have been a note from the director or something where they're like, hey, so these fucking dinosaur costumes can make 3 faces, so we really need you to express with your voice, because there's so many weird voice clips throughout this whole movie, just like ha, oh, oh, ha ha ha, like when he's dancing with the sexy dinosaur, that whole, it was the worst. I
David, you look like you're breaking.
I keep likening it back to the mask thing, and like what would have happened to me if I saw this when I was 8, and I would be like, is this, I don't, because they're dancing and like spinning around, and he's ha ho ho. It was like listening to The Sims have sex. Like,
oh, you mean woohoo?
Woohoo! It was like listening to Sims woohoo.
Which there were a lot of allusions to dino sex.
This entire movie was illusions.
It was a weirdly horny movie. Like Cats was definitely horny, but like this was like this shouldn't have been as horny as it was. This was like a weirdly horny film.
I don't. Yeah. It's amazing because this is you watch the movie and it's PG, so clearly they went into it thinking like, let's make this for kids.
Because I think the garbage truck that they ride in on, which was supposed to be undercover, and it had the police logo on the side of the truck, but it's undercover.
And didn't they shoot a guy?
Yeah.
Running in front of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the garbage truck was like supposed to be part of the toy merch tie-in or something.
Oh God.
Yeah.
There would be a whole toy set. That's probably the entire reason why it was dinosaurs, right?
Maybe, or to make a lot of tail jokes, because that was like the only basis of humor.
The tail, I was like, there's gonna be so many of these, it's gonna be the worst. The tail, people being hit by the tail was far and away the funniest parts of the movie. Everything else except I fucking lost it. My favorite part in this movie is near the beginning when Teddy goes into this fancy party and the police chief is there, Shaft is there, and he goes up to him and says the line of dialogue, "Sir, there's been a murder at the carnival graveyard." It's like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Oh, it's so bad.
He had to interrupt a party to tell him this. And what I took so many notes in the first 8 minutes, and then I was like, that's never gonna, I'm not doing these anymore.
You know what? They never resolve either. So there's this little black boy in the film who like wants Whoopi's character to date his dad.
Yeah.
And they never really resolve that. He's like, why don't you come over to my house for dinner and see my dad? My dad says what's up. And it's like he gets kidnapped midway through, which was also weird.
Right.
But they never really resolve it. And then when you think about it deeper, you're like, yo, your dad likes robot women?
What? Did I miss this?
Yeah, you might have. You might have to like rewatch.
Oh no, I might have to rewatch this. Wait. Are they saying robot women referring to Whoopi, who is maybe a robot?
Yeah, I'm saying that. Like, I'm saying, why would your dad want to date?
Oh, yeah.
Who is assumed to be a robot of some sort.
Because they imply that all cops are like androids to a degree.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, if he's going to date a cop, which it's not amazing to me at all that this was from the same Super Mario Brothers people, because both of those movies look like they were filmed in like the Titanic engine room.
Yeah.
Like
it's a very not like tone dark, because they don't know what tone they're trying to strike here, but
right.
Visually very dark.
The half the lights that should be on are off, and like everything just emits steam for no reason. And every room, whether it's someone's apartment or the fancy party or a fight scene, every room looks like where they filmed The Room.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, honestly, at this point, I think I can't watch a DC Universe movie without thinking of Teddy Rex. Like it's that dark. It's weird. It's just weird.
Yeah.
They do slapstick in an unlit room.
It's crazy how, like, I watched E.T. for the first time recently. We talked about it. And, like, I thought they used darkness in that pretty smart because obviously the technology of, you know, E.T.'s body wasn't perfect.
Right.
But in this, it was like, they were like, don't look at the movie at all, please.
Yeah. Shout out to the special effects team, though.
That
Because
it is.
morphing was pretty new. When they and that morph scene where they morph him in undercover disguises didn't come until like an hour into the film,
Right?
And they're morphing him, and it's like, okay, well, I see what you did there, 1996, VR technology. It was, and they put him in all these ridiculous. They put him in a serape and a sombrero and a Hawaiian costume, like a bunch of stereotypical costumes,
right.
And then they land on an outfit that's like, you look like a real cop, and he looks like a freaking narc.
He looks like a backup dancer in an MC Hammer video.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
legit to quit.
They were seriously like, that whole scene was just, hey, we have yet to belittle these cultures. We need to put him in a sombrero.
Yeah. And then, I mean, the ending of it all made zero sense. Because, I mean, with a Marvel movie, it's like, okay, you get to the end, everybody fights. Good guys.
Sure.
We don't know what's happening.
He ties a cable and throws it onto a thing, and then he kicks a guy out of a dune buggy, and then he drives into a billboard and explodes.
Shout out to morphing, though.
Shout out to morphing.
We don't know how it ends other than he gets a medal from Shaft.
Shaft gives him a medal, and they get one last hit him with the tail bit. And there's a really great moment. A great moment. Yeah. David. Right where it ends, where I got the impression that like the editor was so happy to finally be fucking done with this, because seriously, like the final line is like Teddy saying to Whoopi, like, who was her name? Like Katie Coltrane. like
the jazz player.
Oh yeah, but like also like just a very like 90s action name. And what was it? And he's like, this is the start of a beautiful friendship. And then Coltrane starts laughing, and right in the middle of that, they just cut to the credits. Like the editor was like, I just fucking end it now.
No, like, no, David, I think you're omitting
the
best part of the movie, because I definitely lolled.
You lulled.
Okay. IRL at this, where they end the scene and the immediate title card that pops up just says, see ya.
Oh yeah, right.
After all that, you're gonna end the film with see ya.
See ya. And like a really weird, like the opening, it mirrored the text from the opening, which looked like if you tried to do the Star Wars opening font in like MS Paint.
No, but it was I don't know whose idea this was, but if you ever watch the opening credit to Martin Lawrence sitcom, Martin, it's sort of like, it's like weirdly like that.
It is?
Yeah.
It had like bullet points.
Like the weird points and like the small letters and the big letters, but that they're all uppercase, but some are small, some are large.
Okay.
Yeah, if you watch the opening credits of Martin, which like why do you think an Afrocentric motif is akin to dinosaur motif?
I don't know.
Movie studios.
I don't know.
We can't play the Martin theme song because copyright.
Well, that's what will get this shut down.
We've violated so much HR this far. I'm pretty sure our HR rep might come in at some point.
I'm pretty sure too. I do have to say that Elazar Kane is the greatest villain name I've ever heard in my life. Elazar Kane.
Elazar Kane.
I love that. The second he pops up, like, this is Elazar Kane, like, and then they're like, he's the villain. Like, he's fucking named Elazar Kane. Like,
yes, he's the villain. David, you're getting a special request to hum the Martin theme song.
That you are implying you are putting a lot of faith in me to know what the Martin theme song sounds like.
Listen, viewers, I love you all, but David's white.
You have to remember that the entire inspiration for Beef OTW is me being white.
Yeah, I don't think UPN was advertising to you back in the day.
It wasn't, but I definitely watched some UPN, but I don't remember what I think.
You know, now that it's on Netflix, watch Moesha. All of you, just watch Moesha.
Okay, can we do that instead of the bad movie?
No, that's extra credit, David.
Okay,
we're trying to get you. We're trying to
broaden my horizons,
bring you into the culture a little bit.
Right? Yeah,
understanding, some familiarity.
Absolutely. I I am ready to blend.
Don't say that sentence again in that context, please. Right. Yeah. So bad film of the week for next week. So because we love our dear viewers, we love you all, and because we know you love us, it's viewers' choice for the bad film of the week next week. And there is a poll. I tweeted out a poll. You only have a few hours left to vote on which scary Halloween movie you'd like us to watch. Killer Sofa, about a sofa that eats people.
You don't even sound excited about this.
I am. Bad Hair, a recent release on Hulu about hair that goes bad. Leprechaun 5, better known as Leprechaun in the Hood.
Is that the one with Rachel? Isn't Jennifer Aniston in one of the Leprechaun movies?
She is in one of the. I don't know if she's in this one, but I think Ice-T is in this one.
Okay, good.
Which should tell you everything.
Right.
Shout out to Ice-T. And Sleepaway Camp, which is supposed to be scary, but I've heard it has a very fascinating twist on the genre at the end.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
That's the word.
So viewers, head over to Twitter. Make sure you vote in the poll. Let us know. And from those results, we will watch the bad film of the week for you and report back with the results.
Just have mercy on me however you can. I'd really appreciate it.
Be kind because you love us.
Yes.
All right. David, how many showers you got to take after that?
Normally I shower every day, but I might double that.
Yeah. Well, while David recovers from all of this, we will have our special guest on in just a moment. I'm so excited to have him. But in the meantime, please enjoy some tunes from our house band, Lover's Lounge.
Shake your ass. Watch yourself. Shake your ass. Show me what you're working with. Shake your ass. Watch yourself. Shake your ass. Show me what you're working with. Shake your ass. Watch yourself. Shake your ass. Show me what you're working with. Shake your ass. Watch yourself. Shake your ass. I make a mother father say, oh yeah. I'm as cold as a lion with no hair. If you ever see me fighting in the forest with a grizzly bear, help the bear. Shake your ass. Watch yourself. Shake your ass. Show me what you're working with. Shake your ass and watch yourself. Shake your ass. Show me what you're working with.
Lovers Lounge, everybody. Give it up one more time for the house band.
Still can't believe we got him.
I know, honestly, like, you know, and they're doing it for like a reduced price, which is insane.
Right.
One of the few coronavirus blessings that exists.
They took all the dressing rooms, but that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, their rider is, I won't say it, but love y'all.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I'm so excited for our next guest, so much to the point that I've got a little product placement happening. Massachusetts' own Pola Seltzer.
Ooh.
Because you know, repping where our guest is from. Everyone, please and kindly give a warm welcome to Sean Connolly.
Hey, ACAD, all cops are dinosaurs.
How are you, Sean?
I'm well. How are you guys?
We're hanging in there. We're so excited to have you because you have a new album out.
I do. Album came out last Friday, and people seem to like it. They're probably really nice or lying, but
I think they like it. I've seen you perform. I'm pretty sure they like it.
Thank you, Tookie.
And we've never met, so who knows? I'm just kidding. We've met. Sean's wonderful.
Yeah, I think 2 years ago we bonded over our Christmas sweaters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've got a couple more than you.
Yes, you do. Oh, yes. If you don't already, follow Sean's Instagram because every December, 25 days of sweaters, of ugly sweaters.
Yeah.
And it is honestly a highlight of the year.
It's like it's like people forget I'm a comic and they just like, oh, you're the sweater guy.
I do remember, I think I saw you at Laugh Boston once, and I remember you being up there and I had the distinct thought, I want to dress like Sean.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey,
and then, yeah.
Yeah. Even like it was not December.
No, I don't know what month. I don't know if there was a theme to your clothes. But I was like, I got to do this.
The printed shirt game is strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. I'm gonna be a dad in December, and I feel like I've been dressing the part for years.
Yeah. No, this is dress for the role you want. Dress for the job you want.
Yeah.
There you go. So, oh my goodness, how do you feel about Theodore Rex?
Woo! I did not watch the whole thing. I skipped ahead a bunch. I do appreciate Carol Kane. I love her.
Mm-hmm.
I love that Shaft is a cop now, and like a by the rules cop.
He's a whole police commissioner.
I know. I dug it. Thank you.
Oh, I didn't. Nice.
David's still trying to figure out the Martin theme in his head.
Oh, hold on.
Oh my gosh.
I do. It's really funny. One of my wife's from Houston. One of my favorite restaurants in Houston is called Theodore Rex.
Wait. Stop.
Shout out Justin Yu. It's a great restaurant.
Really?
Yeah, it's like hoity-toity and farm to table, like really nice.
What?
Do they serve dinosaur cocaine?
You know, the first time we went, there was a raptor just like snorted one up.
Oh my god!
And then we went dancing afterwards, and the whole time I was going, "Hoo, ha, yeah,
oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Very romantic.
I don't know if you all know the theme, the unofficial theme of Theodore Rex is a song called "Walk the Dinosaur" by One Hit Wonder from the '80s. Was not one, was not was. Yeah. So open the door, get on the floor, everybody walk the dinosaur. Yeah, if you go look up the video on YouTube. It's a trip. It's the '80s doing the Neolithic era, and it's a lot.
It's fantastic.
I just imagine like a sad, haunting rendition of that song, and it pretty much sounds like what you just said.
Well, actually, the remix to that was pretty interesting because the producers of the Super Mario Brothers movie,
they're always there,
commissioned none other than George Clinton to do a cover of Walk the Dinosaur, and there are Goombas. Sean, you don't know what the fuck you just got yourself into.
That's just so much that I have to dig into tomorrow. There's a whole section of George Clinton's discography I have not listened to yet.
Listen, I've been in some dark places on YouTube, Sean.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, that's where you can find Theodore Rex in its entirety.
That's I watched it.
Yeah, same. The quality was awful. But
I set my ring light to about what Theodore Rex's light brightness is.
Oi. Yeah. But you made it. You're here. So,
I made it.
You're here. I guess it's time for us to play a little game. A game.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to find out what's your deal. So we're going to deal you out a series of 5 questions. You get to choose which order you take them in.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's your deal? So 1 through 5.
And the theme is dogs.
And the theme is dogs.
We learned by way of you telling us that you like dogs. And that's the theme.
I like my dogs.
Well, you're about to hear about all dogs.
Okay. You want me to pick a number?
Yeah.
3.
All right, 3. David, shall you or shall I?
I will do it.
Okay.
Okay. So we have a picture. In Welsh legend, corgis were considered the steeds of the fairy folk. We might have a picture there from Matt. Yes, right there. If you were a tiny human, Sean, which breed of dog would be your noble steed?
Oh, a Chihuahua, 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
And why?
It's like manic energy, and you're chill.
Well, my Chihuahua is not that manic, and can have manic states, which is like me. Like a lot of times I'm just chilling, but there are points where I'm like, and that's just like my little Chihuahua.
Okay.
So I honestly, it's really, she's so tiny, and there's not a lot you can't like play with my Chihuahua like a lab,
right?
So I would love to be able to be tiny enough to be able to ride her.
Aw.
All right.
I'm somehow going to make these all about my dogs.
Damn it.
This is David's fault. All right. Next question. Pick a number.
5.
Number 5. All right. I'll take care of this one, David.
Yes.
Sean, in honor of you soon becoming a new dad, yay, which so happy for you and Mairead. You have to tell me, we're deviating a little from the dog format here. Okay. You have to tell me if the item I name is a brand of baby food or an obscure Batman villain.
Ooh. I hope they're all food.
You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. Humpty Dumpty.
Villain.
Correct.
Yeah.
Spoonful one.
Spoonful one?
A spoonful one.
Ooh. Food.
Correct.
All right.
Square baby.
Now, I think that's food, but I want it to be a villain so bad.
It's baby food.
Yeah. Oh. I wanted it to. Someone make Square Baby right now.
I go Batman. He's like, I have to go. Alfred's like, who are you fighting? Square baby.
And is it not? It's not square baby. I guess you could make him a square. That's like a fun thing, but it's just like a loser baby. He's just a square.
Yeah. He's wearing a sweater.
Everyone hates that baby.
All right. Professor Pig with a Y.
With a Y?
Yeah.
That makes me think it's food.
It's a Batman villain.
What?
Ooh.
Professor Pig?
Professor Pig with a Y.
Yo, is he teaching all the cops?
Listen. I keep kosher, so I can't tell you. All right. Sprout.
Food.
That's a baby food, yes.
Mhm.
Mad Hatter.
Oh, that's a villain.
That is a villain. That is a villain. Little Dish.
Food.
That's a baby food.
Ooh,
Condiment
Little Dish.
King.
What was that? What was that?
Condiment King.
That's hard. Food.
Batman villain.
What? What?
That's a Batman villain.
Come on, Batman. Looks like you gotta catch up.
Yeah. The Condiment King. All right. Last one. Hush.
Oh, man. Villain.
Baby food.
That's big. What do you just stuff him with?
Wow.
You bring baby hush up.
And a Batman villain. So you got it right.
Oh, it's both?
It's both.
What?
Oh, wow.
I really love Batman, but I want to make a baby food.
That is a Batman villain. Yep.
Wow.
I just looked up Condiment King too, and he's got the Quail Man briefs on the outside of his pants thing going on. Like literally, it's briefs.
Sean, you're gonna have a time Googling.
I'm going back and looking at all these. Also, now I know how to buy baby food. I have brands.
Yes.
I'm brand loyal to this show.
We try. We're here for the people.
That's Condiment King.
That's Condiment King.
Holy
It's an
shit.
updated version of Condiment King. If you look up OG, like iterations of Condiment King, it's a lot.
If you Google OG Condiment King.
Looks like I have a new kink.
Yep. All right, next number.
1.
David, take this one.
Alrighty, Sean, we're back to dogs, and you're going to play a quick round of what I like to call What Mutts. So what's going to happen here? I'm going to tell you the name of it's a crossbreed mutts, and I'm going to tell you what it's called according to one website I found. And then you're going to guess what breeds it's a mix of, and then we'll show you a picture.
Okay.
All right. First one, Aussie Pom.
An Australian Shepherd and a Pomeranian.
I think you nailed it.
I think you did. Bring that up. Yes.
Oh, look at him.
You got it. An Australian Shepherd and a Pomeranian. Perfect. All right. Next one. Uto Nagan. Uto Nagan.
Uto Nagan?
David, I think if you pronounce it like that, it's a slur.
Uto Uton Agan.
Uto Nagan.
HR is watching and
Is it an 8-sided baby food?
Correct.
What is that?
It's an Alaskan Malamute, I can't talk now. Alaskan Malamute, Siberian Husky, and a German Shepherd.
That looks so weird. It looks like it's not. That doesn't look right.
Really? I think it's cute.
I agree with Sean.
It's got a very small face.
Yeah, see, Rachel Andelman says it's beautiful. You're right. The face is small, but I grew up with the Sheltie, and it sort of reminds me of...
Okay.
Rachel just cussed you out, David.
Shut up, you look weird. Anyways. All right, next one. Cheagle.
That's also a slur, David.
It's a cheetah and a beagle.
Close. Chihuahua and a beagle.
Oh,
Yeah, look at that boy.
But the small face on that guy makes more sense than the
yes.
prior one. I think it's face is a little too small for its body. I think that's what's weird. I think Sean and I are like, that's kind of what's weird about it to us. Yeah.
But this guy, he can fit his whole face in a crack in the wall.
See, I think that it's a small face on a small head, which makes it weird. Whereas the other one, it was a small face but on a big head, which I can appreciate.
Okay.
Anyways, next one, a Pomsky.
Pomeranian and a husky.
Yes. Look at that.
My fave so far.
He looks like, they're so cute you want to punt them. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I just want to I want to. You're so cute.
I think I Googled it once. Like, why is it this something cute you want to just like strangle it? And it's like somewhere in the brain, like the line between, I don't know how the brain works, but it's like you have aggression and affection, and there's just a very thin line in between it.
Huh. I just hope child services aren't watching, because
Yeah.
It's so cute. I want to kill it.
No, that's a real human lizard brain response.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Gobarian.
It's a Chicago Bears fan and reptilian.
Close. It's a golden retriever and a husky.
What?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense, does it?
Gobarian sounds like half of a law firm.
Yeah. The law offices of Gobarian and Gobarian.
Have you been assaulted by a dinosaur cop? Call Gobarian.
Look at his
right.
eyes, though.
I know.
Right?
Beautiful, striking eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Small face, big head. All right, next one.
It's like Josh Hartnett.
All right, next one. Chusky.
Chusky, a Chihuahua and a husky? That shouldn't happen.
It is close. It is a Chow Chow and a husky.
Oh boy, that is a slobbery furry beast.
He's thick.
That is a Bowser dog, I gotta say.
Yes.
Look at that face.
He real
Holy wow.
All right.
Something to look at.
And your last one.
Oh.
A Gordy.
A Gordy?
Yeah.
That's a cross between Lizzie McGuire and Miranda.
Miranda who?
From Lizzie McGuire.
Oh. I thought you meant Miranda Cosgrove, like iCarly.
David, that's also an HR violation.
How is that an HR violation?
Jesus.
All right, Gordy, no, close. It is a Corgi and a Golden Retriever. Do we have that?
No, you never sent me that.
Okay, never mind. Google it on your own. That was What Mutts.
That was fun. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Oh my. What Mutts? The title of that just sounds like this really awful Lil Wayne lyric I heard once. Where he walks up to a woman and he's like, I walked up to her butt and I said, "But what?" I don't know. I'll find the lyric at some point.
Okay.
By the way, I want to point out I listened to strictly only Mystical leading up to my wedding.
Shut up. I gotta tell the house band.
Yeah, you gotta tell them when they're done, partying in all of their green rooms.
I mean, they probably got a jazz cigarette. I don't know if there's adhesive involved with those cigarettes. I can consult the band because I saw some concern in the chat. But I will let the house band know you're a fan.
Please. That was my day of music, was listening to Mystical.
Nice.
The next day we were going to New Orleans for our honeymoon. So that was part of it. That was like part of my that it was comforting. It was like a change in my life. I needed something comforting. And when you think comfort, you think Mystical.
Oh yeah.
I really wanted a New Orleans jazz band to follow us at the end of our ceremony, but Trevor's not about that life. not on the table. But when the Burnham nuptials happen, we'll let you know.
Okay.
It'll be a time.
Yeah.
Next one. Pick a number. You've picked.
I got 2 and 4 left, right?
3 and
4.
5. Which
4.
one? Number four. You want me to take this one over, David?
Sure.
Okay. Mr. Connolly.
Mhm.
In dog movies, which do you prefer? CGI where their mouths move a la Marmaduke, or just an omniscient voice with no CGI a la Homeward Bound?
I like the Homeward Bound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I do like the peanut butter.
Like Mr. Ed?
Yeah, I do like that too. I think that's very funny because it looks so bad and they're not really trying. But I think if I had to pick between the two you gave me, I'm going omniscient. They're just like, because I feel like my dogs do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just me going crazy in this quarantine. But
I fully believe that dogs around different regions and around different countries have accents. Because one of my dearest friends is Puerto Rican, and I promise you, her family's dog barks with a Spanish accent. I've heard it. And it's such a different intonation than like one of my family's dogs, who's like straight up just murking. That dog has a spicy Latin accent, and it's delightful, honestly.
Does the dog roll its R's when it growls?
I don't know how to explain it, but it's not like an American arf. It's like an arf, and
it's got that little. Yeah, I got you.
I love it. He's a little Maltese, and he's the cutest thing.
Oh wow!
Humps everything, but he's adorable.
Puerto Rican.
Yeah. Well, you said it. The Worcester Board of Tourism might want to have a word with that.
Hey, I coached baseball in Worcester. That's like all I had was Puerto Rican Dominicans on my team.
I didn't say it.
I was the gringo coach.
The community. My parents hired specifically a Puerto Rican birthday clown for my 7th birthday, which is
it's the big 7.
Gotta go going all in.
That's a story I'll get into in another episode.
Okay, you have one question left. Number 2.
Yep.
If American Ninja Warrior ever included animals, who would do better, cats or dogs?
Oh, cats.
Why?
My dogs are idiots. I don't think they could. I'm like, again, I'm only thinking from the perspective of my dogs, and they're both rescued from off the streets in Houston and terrified of everything. So even if like to jump, I mean, my dog can jump when he wants to jump over a barrier to get closer to my wife, but if he was like 15 feet in the air and had to get to something else, nope, he's just gonna pee right in place. That's all he's gonna do.
Aww.
See, I actually was gonna say dogs because I feel like cats would be like, "Fuck this!" Like I'm not. They wouldn't even start.
I was thinking of the climbing abilities and grip abilities of cats would be better. Than dogs. But you're right. Motivation. Dogs could be motivated to do it. Cats,
exactly,
not so motivated.
Exactly.
In defense of cats, I'm not much of a cat person, but in defense, if you can toilet train a cat, you can definitely get it to do an obstacle course. There just has to be an incentive.
It just requires a really great coach.
If your cat does an obstacle course, he might be a dog. I don't know. I started and had no ending.
Yep. That's me.
I felt you.
That's Theodore Rex. And that's what's your deal. Those are all our questions.
No, what's your deal? Thank you.
Yes. We found out what your deal is. Sean, tell us where we can find your album and where we can find you.
You can find me in Worcester. Hold up here. But also on Instagram at Sir Sean Connolly. Spelled like it says in the bottom of the screen where my face is. And that's where I mainly hang out. I'm also on Twitter, Scorned Standing. I tweet from time to time. I like your tweets. Follow me and I'll like your tweets. And you can listen to my album anywhere except for Tidal. Tidal won't let me on, but everywhere else.
I think that's an unofficial uninvite from the cookout, Sean. I'll talk to some people.
Thank you.
That might be a disinvitation from the cookout. Ooh, not
right?
on
I was like What I do?
Ooh.
I'm on TikTok.
Right?
You can get my album on. You could mouth my jokes on TikTok if you wanted to. But title, I think it's a licensing thing. I think because they are trying to carve their own path in the music and recording industry, that everyone's kind of icing them out with things. So the whatever I used to get onto everything was like,
well, I'll have
that's my excuse.
I'll set up a meeting with the board of cookouts to see if we can facilitate a title deal.
Please, I mean, it just even if I just get close enough to be able to call the police on a cookout, that would be great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sure. Right. That's the point where I log out.
Yeah.
Yes, Sean. Thank you so much.
Thank
for joining
you.
us. I hope you had fun.
I did. I had a blast. Thank you so much for having me on. This was really great. This is a really cool thing.
Yay. Well,
Great to see you, Sean.
You too.
All right. And send Mairead my love.
I will.
Good night.
Bye.
Oh, viewers. Look at that. Another show in the books. We did it.
Another show.
Don't forget to vote in the Twitter poll, by the way, that I put up. If you haven't already, my Twitter handle is that.
Yep. You vote in the poll, and I assume perhaps you will announce the Beef OTW tomorrow.
I sure enough will. The poll closes fairly soon, so make sure you get in there. Yeah, you have a choice of 4 bad, good, but bad.
Yeah,
movies for us.
You get to choose how to ruin my week. It's up to you. And really, really quick, if we can just make sure you followed and subscribe to the channel.
Yes.
If you have Amazon Prime, you can also subscribe to the channel through Prime Gaming, and it'll actually help the channel raise money and support all the artists putting out content on this channel, where they have shows 7 nights a week. I could also plug Quarantine Action Wrestling Thursdays at 8, of which Tookie is now a part. And
yes, 3 weeks courses. Make sure to check out 3 weeks courses. Thank you for them.
If you sign up, say that 2MB sent you, and yeah, a lot of great opportunities to perhaps stoke a creative fire with 3 weeks.
Hell yeah. Get your creative juices going.
Yeah.
And in any case, join us next week for a spooky edition.
Spooky.
With more fun guests. We've got more stand-up comics coming. It's going to be a time. David, are you going to wear a costume?
If that is a yes.
I usually do a couple's costume with my fiance. We try to go as iconic interracial couples.
Okay. Like, what have you done before?
We've done Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson from White Man Can't Jump.
Okay.
That was a pretty popular one. And we did Spock and Uhura from the first Star Trek reboot movie.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
That is it's not an interracial. I guess perhaps it is, but me and a former flame, we did Paul Bunyan and the Big Blue Ox.
Oh, no. We're not doing that.
I didn't say it was. I'm just saying it was a fun. Yeah. HR.
Brett asked, what about Katie Coltrane and Teddy Rex? And who's to say Teddy was white?
Also, who's to say that they're a couple?
Well, yeah. Are you a speciesist, Brett?
We'll have definitely not for Brett.
A couple weeks to clear that up.
We will.
But in the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in with us this week. Thank you for those of you who sit through these films. Thank you. We appreciate you. We appreciate the commentary. Follow, and subscribe all things to MB Studios. Vote in the poll for next week's very scary, very, very spooky, and probably awful bad film of the week. Help us not violate HR every episode.
That rep's coming in, I think.
Help us not stress out Matt, our producer, because he doesn't deserve this.
Nope.
But we love you, and this has been the Rehash. Good night.